Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your week. It is Monday, time to get the week kicked off for Raid Shadow Legends, and we've got a big event to talk about for summoning champions with Sacred Shards, because there are some things to consider based on the event rotation and what we can expect to happen this weekend. We've also got the Pythion Fragment event coming to a close and about to end. I am on the home stretch, and we'll show you how to plan effectively as we need to round out the last few fragments, and we'll go over everything you need to know in the raid game and community as we get the week started. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, the big news at hand right now today is that tomorrow on the 24th, there is going to be a bonus legendary event for Sacred Shards. Now, if you are new to the game, new to my channel, the quick way that this works is it's going to be if you pull a legendary with the normal 6% summoning rates on Sacred Shards, you will then get a bonus legendary that is guaranteed to not be a duplicate of the one that you just pulled. Now, some people get confused and think it's guaranteed to not be a duplicate, but no, it can be a duplicate of a Lego you already have. It just won't be a duplicate of that same one. So let's say you get lucky, you pull a Prince Kymar. You're not going to get a second Prince Kymar. It's impossible. It'll be something besides Prince Kymar, but it can be a legendary you already have. And then also, the bonus legendary will not be counted towards any sort of tournaments or events that are live. You'll only get credit for the first one that you summon. But the reason that I said in the intro there is some important things to consider is if we pull up the event calendar, by the way, I'll link to this down below if you ever want to be able to plan stuff effectively. What we see here is coming up this weekend is going to be the 27th, the weekend of Friday the 27th, we are going to have 2x Sacreds if Plarium goes by their normal rotation. So like a 95% chance this weekend will be 2x Sacreds, and you will also have a CVC starting soon this weekend that you'll have to prepare for on next Tuesday. Now, what this means is a couple different things. And first off, it means that we will be getting 2 different events this week, probably. And again, the 2x thing is not confirmed, but 95% chance we'll be getting 2 different Sacred Shard events. And with this first one starting tomorrow being perfectly normal rates, and then the one starting this weekend here in a few days with the 2x boosted rates, means that if it makes sense for you to pull shards is going to be dependent on where you stand on your account. We don't have a CVC or anything live right now to double dip with. And of course, the summon rush for Pythion just ended last night, so that's not even live anymore. So really the only thing to consider if you're trying to decide when do I pull now or in a few days during 2x Sacreds, is the person that it will make sense for to pull Sacred Shards tomorrow is a person that's already close to their Mercy system. So what that means is when you proc that effect of the Mercy system and you start getting those super boosted rates on your shards, that means that you're going to get a bonus legendary, so you'll basically be getting a pseudo 2x. But if you are not close to your Mercy system, if you are just pulling normal void shards, the Mercy system does not kick in until 12 Sacred Shards. So if you're less than like, well, I mean, it depends how many shards you have. So it's going to be different based on your account. And also, by the way, I forgot to mention that you can only get 1 bonus legendary. You can't pull 24 Sacreds and get 2 legendaries the whole way through. So what I would say is for those of you that are close to your Mercy system, and close is going to be relative based off of how many Sacreds you have on your account. If you're 5 away for some of you, you're close, and if you're 7 away for some of you, you're close. It just depends how many you have until you're in hot shards. So those are the people that it will make sense for to pull for a bonus legendary. But also, keep in mind that you're not double dipping for a fusion like Pythion and all of that. So for some of you, it may make sense to just hold on to your shards. But if you're still in a progression phase of your account, it is always a good idea to get bonus legendaries when you can, like pulling during 2x events or pulling for bonus events like this if you are close to proccing your Mercy. But if you're not close to proccing your Mercy, you may want to just hold off until this weekend and weigh your options as we gather more info over the course of the week, and just go ahead and sit this one out. Now, for me personally, I am 7 Sacred Shards towards Mercy, which means in 5 Sacreds, I will be pulling hot shards. So odds are I'll probably pull about 7 or 8 sacreds for a legendary when you like couple the chances that I could get it before Mercy, and then I start getting boosted chances every time. It'll probably take me somewhere between 6 and 9 sacreds to pull a legendary. And then when I do, I'm going to get 2. So I'm basically going to be at a legendary for every 5 sacreds clip if the math ends up being average RNG, which is pretty good. So I'm going to weigh my options, and I'll kind of hang out and talk about it live on stream today with the viewers and make sure that we're all making a good decision. But it's looking like for someone like me who has enough sacreds to pull 10 or 12, and be mostly guaranteed to get 2 legendaries because I'm 7 shards already into Mercy. For me personally, it could make sense, but for you, it may make more sense to wait until the 2x or even hold off completely and wait until we can double dip with a fusion, a fragment, a CVC, or some other thing that you're prioritizing in the state of your account. And we have also got to talk about the Pythion fragment events as it is going to be coming to a close. And now you can see up top there that I have got 90 over 100. I took the path of least resistance, the disciplined long-term path to get Pythion with as little resource expenditure as possible. So I could have gotten Pythion already if I really tried to win tournaments and complete the summon rush and get the full 20 fragments right here in the summon rush, but I only went with getting 5, and we're taking the long row, which means that my last 10 fragments will be 5 right here from the dragon tournament, and then the last 10 to get me to 100 down here with the artifact enhancement event. So hopefully you're in a similar situation if you were going for him. I know when I was hanging out live on stream, a lot of you already had him and all of that, so congratulations. But also, a quick tip that you want to keep in mind is for some of you, if you are not in immediate need of Pythion, you may want to hold off until you can either claim him during something that double dips with the next fusion, next fragment event, or even just waiting about 8 days until next Tuesday when there is a CVC live, because at that point you can pull Pythion and get a free 30,000 points towards contributing to your clan. If your whole clan did that, think about it, it adds up to like 100k points right out the gate. If 30 people wait until Tuesday, boom, you can get a pretty big jump start on some CVC success. So something to keep in mind, but if you're in immediate need, go for it. We're playing the game to have fun and use champions. So if you need him, if he's going to help your account, go ahead and pull him and don't feel bad about it. Which means now that what we see in game is going to be what you see is what you get. We are at the end of Pythion. So this artifact enhancement event that starts tomorrow is going to be the last thing, the last 5 fragments up for grabs for Pythion. And then also under the tournaments tab, there is a dragon tournament going on right now. And this is the last tournament for Pythion. So I actually expected somebody to be going crazier in my group. Looks like my group is actually realistic. You know, a lot of people have probably gotten to a point where they've either gotten Pythion or they're like me and they can see the light at the end of the tunnel and they're like, okay, I don't need to go crazy in my tournament. But some of you may end up unfortunate and in a group with somebody who needs those 5 fragments and they might be going crazy. So it's just going to be a lot of RNG in terms of what tournament group you spawn in. But the dragon tournament and the artifact enhancement event right here are the last couple things for Pythion. Good luck. I hope all of you that went for him were able to get him. And also, if you aren't going to be able to get him, don't lose complete hope. You still want to grab fragments that you can, because sometimes they don't do it as often as they should, but you do see sometimes they'll have like tournaments and events where you can scoop up a few fragments for a previous fragment event. So you do still want to get to 90 or 95, even if you, as depressing it is as it is, you do still want to get some fragments for the champion, even if you're not going to complete it totally. And then look at this, we've got some Deck of Fate flips. Now I did a video yesterday talking about, you know, how not to get hoodwinked. Oh, I didn't want to, I was just clicking on random stuff. I didn't want to do that. I was trying to pull up the, I mean, I guess we're starting there. Okay, let's do it live. Why not? So, we got a green, it's RNG. Let's go right here. And blue, okay, and you have to get 3 in a row, so why not? Let's just go ahead and complete the line here. Okay, there we are. Okay, well, that was my Deck of Fate flips there. But yeah, I was trying to pull up, yeah, this is the screen I was trying to pull up. I did a video last night talking about this and how not to get hoodwinked on spending your gems on this and why it didn't make sense and all that. So if you want to see a deeper dive on some of the Deck of Fate stuff going on, I do have that video, a very recent one on the account here from last night. And let's take a look at the shop and see if there's anything worth going over. Special progress pack is kind of meh. I want to see if there's anything super noteworthy to plug in for you and keep you in the loop on. Looks like unfortunately not really. So right now we would be looking for good offers that have sacred shards in them. If you want to be pulling during this week with the 2 different sacred shard events, keep in mind you've got the personal rewards CVC launching in about 8 days. So things like energy and stuff could make sense. Books, if you're looking for CVC points, it just depends on your strategy. But I don't see anything in the market that would make sense or that you'd be missing out on by not purchasing, even if you are a spender. And boom, there we go. Remember to subscribe on your way out. Means a lot if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content, and that should be what we kind of needed to get context on. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. There is a couple things to note here on our way out. You definitely want to remember the Doom Tower. We're getting down to the last couple days here of the Doom Tower until it resets, and then also with the new week, you want to make sure and check your arena and tag team arena and make sure they're all in the right tiers and all that, because the tag team arena and some of that stuff can be some big sources. As we start the week off here, it can be some big sources about 8 days from now when there is a CVC launching. So, okay, now we're ready for the outro. I'm going to head on over to the live stream and hang out for a couple hours with those of you that want to pop on over there and say hi. I'll be just kind of finishing up some of the Pythion grind type stuff and keeping things rolling here as we start the week, discussing the different events that are going to be happening and all of that if you'd like to pop in and say hi. But otherwise, as always, I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Peace.